Nasdaq first quarter results out this morning. Profit came in at 63 cents a share compared to a consensus estimate of 65 cents. Revenue slightly above Wall Street forecast. Joining us now, Nasdaq CEO and Chair Adena Friedman. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Thank you for. You're already here.
I'm always here.
You're already here, but thank you for coming. You're on our set. And if you had to characterize just the quarter overall, was it similar to last time you were on, would you say, the previous quarter? Tougher operating conditions? Should be better with IPO,
I mean, there's a lot going on inside of Nasdaq, and we're really, really proud of the results. So we had 7% overall growth in our revenue against still actually a muted IPO environment backdrop and lower volatility in the markets. But when you look at our solutions businesses, which, as you know, is where we've really been transforming the company, we had 13% growth in our solutions businesses. And that includes 10% growth in our fintech division, where we have like reg tech, risk management, as well as our anti-financial crime technology. That business grew 23%. And then we had stellar growth in index with a 38% core growth in our index business. And we crossed over $500 billion in assets under management this quarter in our index franchise. So super exciting about the overall performance of the company, even with a muted IPO backdrop.
How long have you been CEO now, Adena?
7.5, well, about a little over 7 years.
A lot of the things you just talked about were not part of the company 7.5 years ago, were they?
That's true. So we've been really growing in terms
where
of...
you needed to, because nothing's happening when it gets quiet in terms of trading, and when the IPO market is, as you call it, muted. Are you happy that you did these other things at this point?
We're very happy, because not only is it great to have a diversified platform where you can grow kind of in different market conditions, but we also have much more impact with our clients. You know, we're now going to banks and saying, we can help you solve some of your biggest challenges. You know, they want to be able to provide capital to the markets and get deposits into their banks. But they have to manage crime out of their systems. They have to manage risk in the markets. They have to manage a lot of regulatory burden. And we're now their partner to do that. And that means we have better impact and a really interesting growth profile. Because that business, our fintech division, grew 10% this quarter.
Adena, there's been some talk about extending the trading day, even 24-hour trading days. Where do you come down on that? What do you think?
So it's interesting to see how demand is starting to come in from all over the world for particularly actually for Nasdaq-listed companies. So what we've been doing inside our business is we've been expanding the distribution of our data to the entire world. So that's been a growth driver for us to get data, real-time market data in the hands of broker-dealers and brokers, retail brokers all over the world, as well as driving indexes and index products to exchange. We list our index products all over the world. So that kind of helps satisfy some of the investor interest. But we also operate, you know, our systems are open 16 hours a day. You know, the markets are technically open 9:30 to 4, but we open our system for trading at 4 in the morning and we stop at 8. Going to 24/7 is a different proposition.
That's crazy. I mean, would there be no more opening bell, no more closing bell? How do you do percentage changes? I
think there's a lot.
Some of these problems with Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of operational challenge that comes from 24/7, even 24/5 trading. Just technically, we provide technology to other markets who trade that way, so we know how to do it. We know what it takes. But operationally, you have to be ready to respond in any given moment. And you know, with companies, it's different than it is with commodities, because companies have earnings.
Right.
We have news we need to distribute.
You have stuff that you want to put out when there's not an active market.
And there's also an entire infrastructure in the mutual fund industry that really ties to that 4 o'clock closing price. So if there were a shift more towards global trade, you know, 24/7 or 24/5 trading, we'd have a lot of change we'd have to introduce, as well as recognizing that a lot of institutional investors, they like to go home and have dinner. Yeah. So how do you make it so that it's not just retail? Because you know, retail, I think it's good to give access to retail investors, but it's much better if you have a very vibrant liquidity environment. So there's a lot we'd have to consider.
A big issue, some sort of market shakedown, and nobody's around to say, okay, how do we put this
and that's it. I think that's important too. And what if you're a company CEO and at 3 o'clock in the morning something happens in your stock? So you know, you have to think about all of those things. We've had conversations with our clients about it, but we're not kind of moving in that direction right now. I think we're still evaluating it.
At this point, have you used AI for anything that has increased your productivity at the Nasdaq?
Okay.
Is it When will that start?
Already. I'm going to answer for her.
Okay, and then last but not least, I mean, isn't the Nasdaq like the perfect home for every one of these startup, these smart kids that Andrew interviews constantly at all these AI companies? They're all coming here. Don't you? You want them all.
Companies.
And
Any
you want
company,
them all.
We want them all.
So AI is there's a million different facets.
We look at AI as we say AI on the business. So how do we make the company more productive? AI in the product. And how do we make our products deliver more productivity to our clients? And so we actually have a really great announcement this quarter where we basically launched a co-pilot tool inside the anti-financial crime division that automates a lot of the investigative work that they have to do on potential bad actors, that cuts down the time of that investigation by 90%. So it is a huge productivity gain to the clients. And we just rolled that out globally this week. Now, we also put our first AI-driven order type in the Nasdaq market just a couple weeks ago. That's SEC-approved AI-driven order type that helps increase fill rates. And on the business, we've been rolling out the GitHub Copilots as well as the Q coding Copilots within our development organization and the Microsoft 365 Copilot across our entire team. So we're definitely seeing productivity gains from it as well. My view is it's a revolutionary technology.